Jai Hind, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce you Wing Commander Mudit Kulshreshtha, who is an ex-NDA, ex-Alpha Squadron, and 99th course. Thereafter, he's got commissioned in the navigation branch of the Indian Air Force, and he's flown three different types of aircrafts: Avro, AN-32, and the strategic aircraft IL-76, in which he has flown in the various theaters. He is also an interviewing officer with a large amount of experience. He is also a qualified navigation instructor, so he's done both training as well as the assessment. Without wasting much time, I'll introduce you. Welcome, Mudit.
Thank you so much for this kind words and introduction, sir. And I think we must also bring out that you are my divisional officer in NDA, sir. That is a significant part of my life, sir.
Those were good old days, and we also were postmates in the jungle and snow survival school, where we
Yes,
both had different syndicates to deal with. It was a great
absolutely.
experience. My first question to you will be: please throw some light on the IL-76 operations which you have operated, wherein you have done multinational exercises and all. Please give your views on it.
Okay, sir. Regards to IL-76 platform as such, I will term it as platform because we have three different variants of this same platform with us, sir. One is the strategic heavy airlift aircraft, the IL-76, which is utilized for airlifting of transport, cargo, and men and material across the world, sir. Mostly in India, but we go abroad also. Second variant of this platform is known as IL-78 MKI, wherein it is the air-to-air refueler. The aircraft, the platform is being utilized for refueling fighter aircraft in air, aerial refueling. And the third variant of this is again known as AVAX, that is Airborne Warning and Control System, wherein it works as an airborne control platform for our AD or air defense systems. It works as a force enhancer. So these are the three different variants which IAF utilizes. Yes, I have operated in all three of them, sir. If I had to go in detail for, say, AVAX as such, okay, because that is the most recent platform which IF has acquired of this particular IL-76 platform as such, sir. So this particular platform is utilized. It is also known utilized to see where a ground-based radar cannot see. Basically, it is also known as eyes in the sky. Okay, what it means is a ground-based radar can detect only up to say, for example, say 100 kilometers. Now, if I place this particular ground-based radar, take it up in air, then the range of looking inside increases from say 100 to 200, 300, 400, depending on what altitude it goes up. So this AVAX platform is actually a radar in air, which increases or our range to which we can see, or the depth in case we term or talk in enemy territory. It increases the depth to which we can see. So any aircraft or any activity which is happening in our adversary airspace, we can detect that early and then take measures to control our own fighters or to control our own assets, so that our integrity or air defense is maintained. So that is that is why the name Airborne Warning and Control System. It gives us early warning, and then we can control our assets to further help our own nation.
I remember in Agra where the AVAX aircraft, if it gets airborne, it has got two football teams in it. As the various crew, it's got fighter controllers, it's got the navs, the pilots, the I would say signaler, gunner. So many people are airborne at a time.
Absolutely.
Now coming to your experience as an interviewing officer, can you please throw some light on the interview technique, please?
Okay. So flying was one aspect, sir. Interviewing technique is totally different aspect. Okay, I have got experience in both of them. Yes. So interview technique as such, if we talk about why is it used, of course we all know that it is utilized in selection of potential officers in our service selection boards. This particular technique is basically based on, like other two techniques of psych and GTO, it is also based on psychology of individual. What we assess is the behavior consistency. That is how a particular person has behaved in past, how is he behaving in present, and we extrapolate that how is he going to behave in future, and whether his behavior in future is aligned to our needs or needs of IF is where the selection comes in. Now, the interview technique as such is basically, as the name suggests, it is talking one to one, interviewing. Okay.
Vacha.
So, vacha, exactly. So, like there's karma, vacha, mansa, karma, vacha. Okay. So, vacha thing, there is wherein we are talking, is being utilized. How it is utilized in SSB? The interviewing officer talks to the candidate. He gets to know about him from his own story, whatever he has done in his life so far. We try to find out how he has performed, why he has performed in that particular manner, and then try to extrapolate that if the candidate has been like this for say last 20 years, how is he going to behave in near future or in slightly distant future. That is how this particular technique comes into play. It's a wonderful technique because, first, personally speaking, I love talking. So I got to talk to so many young, brilliant minds, and at times they ignited by my mind also. Okay, so we got to talk, we got to know about their story, and assessment is just a part of knowing them. Okay, while knowing them, I just get to assess them whether they align with the future trajectory of IAF or not. That's how it works.
Very nicely explained. Could you please let our viewers know about some interesting event during your interview days?
Interesting
I'm sure there must have
event.
been many.
Sir, I'm sure, sir, every story was interesting. Every candidate who walks in is a interesting candidate. It's a new candidate. But yes, I have had a few incidents which have left an impression on my mind. One, I like to bring it out here. So at the end of interview, after I have asked 1,000 questions to the candidate, as a nice interviewing officer, I should give them a chance. Okay, I've been asking you so many questions. Is there anything you want to ask me? And yes, young brilliant minds used to ask me some questions which actually made me think. But there's this one particular candidate. So before uh, when the interview was getting to close, and I threw this question at him, before that we are discussing about adventure activities. I was asking him about the adventure activities in which he has participated. So maybe that particular thing was fresh in his mind. So once I threw this question, okay, I've been asking you so many questions, anything you want to ask? He asked me, so what all adventure activities have you done? So of course I had done a lot of adventure activity. I told him, okay, flying has been the one of the most adventurous thing. Apart from that, I have done river rafting, scuba diving, I have done trekking, I have done parasailing, and all those things I brought out. So my next question is, he asked me, so where did you do river rafting? Being close to Rishikesh, I told him that I have done it in Rishikesh. So next question, it was similarly follow-up question which I was asking. So sir, how many rapids were there, sir? How long was the your river rafting thing? How long did you raft and where did you go for trekking? Then after 3-4 questions, I realized and I had to tell him, dear, I think you are the one who has come here for interview, not me. But the way you are asking me, it feels that I'm being interviewed. So then, of course, he was taken aback slightly. And he gained his posture, and then on a hearty laugh, I sent him out. So that was a nice, interesting incident wherein I was being interviewed during my interviewing days.
It's like the hunter being hunted.
Exactly.
I would now like to ask you if you have any advice to the aspiring students and our
So
viewers regarding the interview technique in the SSB.
across all the candidates whom I have interviewed, many of them they try to portray themselves as someone else. That is to say, they're not trying to portray their natural self, which actually works against them. So, if I to put advice in plain, simple words to all the viewers, to all the SSB aspirants, to all the candidates who are going, is that be your natural self. Project what you are. Yes, you may like to do some small tweaking, but no major drastic changes. If you are trying to project yourself as someone else, then you're already disqualified before reaching SSP. That is the key or the bottom line. Be your natural self, project as you are. Do not try to go on hearsay when someone says, say this story or tell this about yourself artificially, that will not work. That will get caught. So if you are projecting yourself as someone else, you're already disqualified before you reach there. So that is my the bottom line or the basic advice to all.
Thank you very much. And we hope to meet together in future and discuss a lot of other aspects. Thank you very much, Mudit.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you for this opportunity, sir.
Thank you very much. Jai Hind.